And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fusel, on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Perfect conditions. We're fast and firm. Beautiful weather. We'll get to all that, but let's recap yesterday. Yesterday was Stronach 5 Day, or as we should call it yesterday, the Bandito Stronach 5, as Bandito blows it up in race 10. Here's a recap of yesterday's Stronach 5. We started off with a $7 winner, Zitarosa, race 8 yesterday at Laurel Park. Zitarosa paid $7.40, gave Victor Carrasco his second win of the day. Zitarosa trained by Jerry Robb. And then we had a $12 horse, nice ride there by Weston Hamilton. Strong rally, or strong finish, I should say. Strong finish on Mice and Men for Dale Capuano, a $12.60 winner there in leg B. And then you had Slingin' Sammy B, one of the favorites, win leg C, a $3.40 winner at Gulfstream. And there you see it, the big $25.40 winner, Bandito, Marco Salazar, Antonio Lopez. You had the horse 6 to 1.
I did.
Snuck off at 11 to 1 and pays $25.40. That produces 53 winning tickets in the Stronach 5. Paid a little over $1,800 yesterday.
You've got a couple free squares at Gulfstream Park, right? The dirty work you had to get done at Laurel Park. And, hopefully you had Bandito. And Lopez, solid ride there. Very patient, saved ground every step of the way to the head of the lane, and was tracking the duel into the stretch. And once he shifted out and got a clear room, found that seam past the 8th pole, it was all she wrote. Bandito rolled on by. But all in all, once again, checking those prices, good payout for the Stronach 5.
Yeah, real good value. All right, so Bandito, that produces another nice carryover in today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start race 3 on the 8-race card. There's the carryover, $16,313. My co-host in the afternoon, Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket for it. You can study that ticket now at laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, all of our picks for today and tomorrow, and all of our tickets for today are up there, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. So that'll be well played today. We had a couple live singles going into the last race yesterday for a nice, cool $20,000.
And today you're looking at the stretch. I've got one stranger that I think can help enhance that, or maybe give you that one chance of taking down the Rainbow 6. A little bit shorter field, so that you're going to have to deal with. But don't let that deter you from the wager. It's still paying out well. And once again, these are the days where you sit back, oh, well, it's not going to go. Suddenly you look up, last racer showing the payouts. There's a horse there, and you probably would have had it and combined it. So I've got one little strange that could pay, one of those $15, $25 winners.
Nice.
Later.
Well, you had the Kamala horse yesterday.
Early.
Almost got the money. Kamala closed the deal at a nice, 10 to 1, led all the way.
Yeah.
And it just gets beat at the end. Good second, produces a nice, $70-some exacta?
$72 exacta. Yeah, we had that super. It was a shorter field, but if you boxed them, you took that home. A little 10-cent super box would have got you back a good little payout.
Right.
Stat plays were good. They've been good, so pay attention. We try to bring some stats each day. I think we've got one today in our video spotlights, paying attention. Once again, epic idea. The other day was a great payout with Trevor McCarthy. So we're trying to do a little bit of homework, follow along. You might notice something in those videos that we didn't pick up.
Sure.
So certainly pay attention to what we've got to offer.
All right, all you handicappers, pay attention. One of our customers last Saturday took home over $600 as we debuted the Beat the Heat handicapping tournament last Saturday. Now get this, the Maryland Jockey Club is going to seed the prize pool $500 cash each week. All right, it's a $10 entry fee, and then 100% of the entry fee money goes toward the prize pool. So the winner last Saturday won over $600. All right, it's all participants. You have to have a Maryland Jockey Club Player Rewards program. The format it's a $2 mythical win place wager on the final 5 live races at Laurel Park and 2 designated races from Saratoga for a total of 7 races. Okay, more information can be found out about this at the guest services first floor of the clubhouse. Just the second week of the Beat the Heat handicapping tournament. It's part of the year-long handicapping tournament for the Maryland Jockey Club. More information about this contest and the year-long contest at laurelpark.com. But, yeah, you can't beat this, a $500 guaranteed Beat the Heat handicapping
Trying
contest.
to reward the customers, the players, and you're saying you have to sign up for a preferred card, right?
Yes.
You have to be that. So make sure you go see guest services and get yourself straightened out. and be a part of these good offers. I mean, like you say, virtually some free money handed at you. Do a little bit of work, and you might come back with $600 or $800.
Yeah, it's a fun format as well. So good luck in the Beat the Heat today. Coming up, What's today? August 3rd, man.
Today's
the summer's
the 3rd.
flying by.
It
It's
is.
Whitney Day. Yeah, we're 2 weeks away from one of the biggest handicapping tournaments of the year. Let's show you what's going on Saturday, August 17th, right here, Laurel Park in the new sports bar. It's beautiful up there. It's the Maryland Jockey Club Champions Handicapping Tournament. Guaranteed over $33,000 in prizes. It's a qualifying event for some of the big tournaments of the year. The NHC, that's the National Horse Players Championship. That's normally in Vegas. Then the Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge, that'll be at Santa Anita. And then the big one, handicapping tournament, where they play for some serious cash. That's right here at Laurel Park, the big one. But this is going to be a big handicapping tournament, always a popular one, well played. They can take up to 300 entries, so you can sign up for it now. More information at laurelpark.com/champions. You need a $100 entry fee, $200 tournament bankroll. Yeah, sign up. Check it out now. It's a minimum $1,500 cash for first place and your first choice of the big handicapping tournament. So this is going to be a monster day, Saturday, August 17th, part of the Maryland Pride Day.
Yeah, we were able to unveil that sports bar last year. I'm sure it's going to be more of these handicappers back. I met a gentleman Thursday, just kind of, you'll see this sometimes, a newer fan, or I thought he was a new fan. He was just kind of walking around wondering, taking everything in. He actually was an owner, had some horses up at Fair Hill. He's from the Pittsburgh area. Came down to take care of some stuff. He was thoroughly impressed. I don't want to name tracks he was comparing us to. He says, well, they don't have this, where I normally go. So it was good to see that we're making, a definite impression upon the newer faces and even the older faces that come in to the races.
Sports bar is nice, right next to the sports book up there, second floor of the clubhouse. So we mentioned Saturday, August 17th is going to be a big day. You have the handicapping tournament. It's also Maryland Pride Day. This is the fourth annual Maryland Pride Day. We have 4 Maryland bred stakes, a T-shirt giveaway, live music. Maryland Pride Market. You can have pony rides and a petting zoo, so bring the kids out. More information about Maryland Pride Day at laurelpark.com, and check out all the events for the rest of the year at laurelpark.com. But Maryland Pride Day, kind of a precursor to Maryland's Day at the Races in the fall, Maryland Million Day.
Things are ramping up, no doubt about it, from August and September, October, and Maryland Million. It's going to be, like I say, it's rolling by quickly. The summer's rolling by. We'll be here in Maryland Million before you know it.
And speaking of the summer flying by, and I told you all the events at laurelpark.com, how about the biggest crab feast of the year? It's coming up in September. Mark your calendars now. Saturday, September 7th, 1 to 5, $60 all you can eat steamed crabs. All right, all the perfect crab feast sides included. You get a Laurel Park crab mallet. The crabs are steamed live here on site. Beer and wine specials. This is going to be a popular crab feast. It'll be cool, hopefully, in September. It's live out on the apron underneath the tent. This is we've had this for many years now, a popular crab feast. So more information about the Kraken Crab Feast at laurelpark.com. All right, let's get right to it today. Let's show you a picture of both tracks. Beautiful, fast and firm. We're on the Exceller and the Bowl Game turf courses today. You couldn't ask for better conditions today. In the upper 80s, little cloud cover, not too humid. Good stuff. All right.
Beautiful afternoon.
All right, here we go. Race 1's going to kick off the popular early pick 5. It's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5. Industry low, 12% takeout. I have tickets for both pick 5s today. The early pick 5 yesterday paid over $2,200. All right, so let's take a look here at my ticket. $48 play. I'm going to go 4 deep in the opener. You're going to have a heavy favorite here in race 1. The 5 Promising Pistol is 3 to 5, stretching out to a mile for the first time. This race is wide open. I think the favorite suspect here in race 1. It's a maiden 2-year-olds, maiden 25 2-year-olds going a mile. So I go 4 deep here in race 1 with the 1, 2, 4, 5. My single comes in race 2. The 3 Truly Hot. It's going to be awfully tough in there for trainer Mary Epler and our leading rider Trevor McCarthy. Then I'm 4 deep there in race 3. That's a tricky open 12-5. A sprint going 7 furlongs. You have a bunch of nice horses in there. Miner's Quest, Awesome Foo, Sir Alfred, Field Advantage. Tough to separate them. And then Finbar and Courtney in a Song So a salty group there in race 3. I'm 3 deep there. That's a nice 1 mile turf bowl game maiden 25 there in race 4. I go 3 deep with the 5, 6, 10. And then another turf sprint there in race 5. The 2, the Great Provider, I like. And also the 4, Bust Another, gets Trevor McCarthy aboard for Jamie Ness. They teamed up for a win yesterday. It's a $48 ticket. You can study all the tickets at laurelpark.com underneath the handicapping section. Here we go. Race 1, going a mile, maiden, claiming $25,000 for 2-year-olds. The heavy favored in race 1 is going to be the 5, Promising Pistol. I picked the horse on top just kind of out of default. I don't blame you for picking against them, but let's start here with Promising Pistol. 3 to 5, 2-year-old colt. I flat out. Now, he's been the beaten favored at this level twice. He was beaten at 4 to 5 back on July 7th. That was going 5 furlongs. Now, he rallied that day to finish a good second, which, okay, maybe you think he wants more real estate. But then the race that came off the turf mid-July here at Laurel, they stepped up to maiden 40, and yeah, he got involved in an early duel where he was caught wide, and then he weakened. Now we drop back down to the maiden 25. We're stretching out to a mile. Maybe he marches right to the front and gallops in this group. It's not the toughest group, but it's maiden 2-year-olds going long for the first time. So I think this race kind of, well, you go with a 5 to 1 shot on top.
Yeah, I'll take a shot with the 4, but talking about the 5, Promising Pistol, just like you said, he got caught involved in a little bit of a duel last time. Faded. That horse that he dealt with is right back at you. Gamma, the 3 horse, adding blinkers, so he may be even more forward, more keen to go. Promising Pistol probably better suited to sit a little further back, and he's shown the ability to do that and rally into it. Bottom side, Mother was 5 for 15, all route wins, but that was on the turf. But you're looking to breathe. This horse should be able to stretch it out a little bit. I'll take a little flyer here on the 4, Overpower. Improved with the blinkers added last time out. Closed a little bit on a slightly speed-favoring racetrack. That's good enough for me. 5 furlongs, 6 furlongs, now out to the 1-turn mile. Maybe Overpower can get a grinding kind of win here. It's going to be an interesting run from the quarter pole home. When they turn, some of these horses are not going to want to go to that second wire.
Right, exactly. So I think Overpower is going to like the extra ground. I'll take that 5 to 1 shot for the upset. About the 1, just 1, not 2. You get Katie Davis to ride today. They're taking the blinkers off, so they're trying a couple different things here for this Wayne Potts 2-year-old. But he could wake up and like the extra ground today.
Interesting move. Ran pretty good with a troubled beginning. 2 starts back, then bam, right down to the 14. Blinkers come off. That the 2-back number puts this horse right into the mix. Will he bring it? The other interesting move is Katie Davis rode my top selection last time and moves inside to the 1, just 1, not 2. But I'm going to stick 4, 5, 5, 4 to get you started. Let's go to the second.
All right, race 2, a nice $5,000 starter allowance for filly and mares 3 and up. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track. We start the early pick 4 in this race. We had a couple key scratches in here. The 6, Lonely Drifter, who was looking for 8 in a row. Lonely Drifter is scratched. She was 2 to 1, and also the 1, Yes I Dance, who was 4 to 1, is scratched. So I end up on the 3, Truly Hot, who is going to be, I think, is going to be your favorite in here when it's all said and done. Well,
it's going to be close.
Yeah, you have Dan's Girl in here, your top pick, but I go with McCarthy with Truly Hot, second off the layoff here for Mary Epler, second behind Lonely Drifter, last out at this level, now second off the layoff, a 4-time winner at Laurel Park. I like Truly Hot on top. Your thoughts on that filly?
Yeah, just, she got a pretty good speed setup last time, rallied into it, should enhance the run second time out, may lay a little bit closer. It's probably going to have to. It's going to, kind of just move right into it, I think, at mid-turn. But you're looking at a 4-horse field, Stan. You don't want these horses to get too far out of it. So Dan's Girl, though, she looks to be the speed of the speed. Girl Drama, I think, will flash some foot. The 4-horse dropping out of that other than. But Dan's Girl, we've got a video spotlight of the last time she ran at Laurel Park. June the 2nd, a troubled beginning, steadied and bumped at the break. I should say steadied early, then bumped at the half-mile pole. There we go. We're going right into the turn. Unfortunately, didn't show as much speed as I thought she would show that afternoon, because she's shown it at 5/8 of a mile. I don't know what happened there early on, that she just wasn't into it that day, but has come back, tried the mile last time out. That's not her distance. Here we go. And pick this up through the stretch. And she's going to show late life here. She's better off on the front end with a scratch of the 1, Yes I Dance. I think that leaves her right on or near the lead this afternoon. A lot of heart there finishing up in that performance. To me, she's going to be the one to catch with Avery Wisman turning for home.
All right, you get 7 pounds off with the Bug Boy Wisman. So, I wasn't sure what to make. They tried going long last out. That wasn't her cup of tea. She got beat 27 lengths that day. She's running back here kind of quick. So see if Pino can get her back in good form. This is her distance. She's a 7-time winner at this distance. So, all right, it's going to be a rider's race here.
Sure.
Let's talk about the two here. You get Carlos Carrasco and Reign Supreme. She's a 7-time winner at Laurel Park from Maldonado. So it wouldn't surprise me if this filly by Great Notion, and she jumps up and pulls off the upset.
I liked her at a little sneaky price today. We're just not going to get it now with the scratches of the 1 and the 6. She did not have a comfortable trip last time. She kind of worked herself up a couple really good races in a row, was bet down to 3-1 in that Lonely Drifter race, was caught in between horses and taken wide, had no kick. Well, now she draws inside. She'll be able to just sit there. Hopefully puts herself into the race by the time they hit the top of the stretch. It gives her her best chance to run down the speeds. But I'm gonna forgive her for her last. That was not an easy trip.
All right, so a nice group there. Only 4, but well-accomplished filly and mare starter allowance. Fillies there in race 2 to kick off the early pick 4. Rainbow pick 6 starts race 3 today on the 8-race program. Nice carryover. It's getting up there. Let's show you what we have. It's over $16,000, $16,313 for the Rainbow pick 6 carryover today. Tim Tulloch, my co-host in the afternoon, he has a ticket. Let's check out his ticket real quick. $57.60 play. It's a tough little sequence of races. No single there. You go 4 deep here in the third race. I thought the third race a tough little 12-5 sprint going 7 furlongs. He likes the 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's take a look here at race 3. You can study his ticket and all of our tickets and picks for today and tomorrow. LaurelPark.com. Underneath the handicapping section. Here we go. Race 3. Claiming 12,500, 3 and up. Going 7 furlongs. I go to the outside here. The 6, Sir Alfred for Jamie Ness. Weston Hamilton will ride the 7-year-old son of Munnings. He's 0 for 4 here at Laurel Park. He doesn't have that going against him, but I like the route to sprint angle. He's been going, he went long last out at Delaware against open 12-5 claimers. Went to the front that day and then got tired, finished 4th. I like the cutback to 7 furlongs today. He likes this distance, a win, 2 seconds from 6 starts going 7 furlongs. So I just think Weston, he'll have a lot of options open to him early on here. He won't be going to the front. I think he can just hit a nice stalking trip on the outside. I think Sir Alfred, cutting back in distance today, is going to love going 7 furlongs.
Yeah, he wants to be within the mix, Dan, somewhere mid-turn and kind of grind you into the ground. At this 7 furlong distance. You go back on the way back, September 18. Boy, that was a big race at Parks at this distance. Can he bring it? I don't know if he's quite got the gate speed of a couple of these horses, especially Awesome Foo, who went to Charlestown last time, called a sloppy track. Defeated Runabout in that race, and Runabout came back to run good. A 70, a little bit of trouble early from Runabout yesterday in that Nichols starter. Awesome Foo, I think the 7 furlong distance in the position that he's drawn is good. Courtney Song has some speed, but you go back on his page, he can sit just off of it. He did it in Kentucky at 6.5. Awesome Foo attracts McCarthy. They got the other than what they wanted to do after claiming him. I think comes back and runs a big one. What about Miner's Quest? You've got him in the mix. Okay, Miner's Quest. Unfortunately, the last 2 races, the speed kind of got away from him. Right. Lone speed last time at a mile. A little bit more flow this afternoon. He's kind of cycling back into some of his better form, the old 8-year-old. And, man, we're really pulling for Howard Wolfendale. Would like to see him get over the top here with Miner's Quest. Interesting move. Blinkers come off.
Yep.
I think he makes a run into it. Would not surprise me if he gets it done.
You're right. He's cycling back into his top form.
Yep.
I think Miner's Quest sitting on a real big race today. He'll be coming late with Victor Carrasco aboard. So we both like the 5 and the 4 and the 5. The 2 you like here. You go against the 6 here. The 2 we both like here. Field Advantage gets Jevion Toledo on this 4-year-old for Farrier. Field Advantage, a 2-time winner at Laurel Park. Big effort 2 starts ago, going 5.5, and they tried a mile last out, and that didn't go very well.
Well, it's interesting. I don't know if he really, Tony wants these 2 horses to get engaged early. I think a little bit maybe more pure speed from Awesome Foo. We'll see. I mean, Field Advantage is, in his own right, is pretty quick. He draws inside. The turn back is the right key for him. Comes out of a good race. Regal Quality came out of there to run well. The turn back to 7 is good. And that effort against Great Provider was strong. Tried every step of the way. And this won't be a demanding pace in this race for him. I think he sticks around quite a while.
How about Finbar? You have Finbar in the mix there for Marilyn McMullen. Jorge Riaz will ride. Good third last out against Open 16,000. That was a 5-horse field that came off the turf, but takes a little drop today, second race back.
Yeah, he's won at 7. Once again, 7's a little different move than 5.5, what he's coming off of, where they were rocking and rolling early last time and set things up. I don't know if he's going to be able to get the trip, but, I mean, he could maybe pull in for a price, help your superfectas and your tries.
All right, so a salty group of 12-5 claimers going 7 furlongs to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have a nice carryover in the Rolling Super High 5. That starts in race 4, same race as the late Pick 5. We'll take a look right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 19th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races, a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. Enjoy a full day of racing, including on-track entertainment between races. Don't miss the hat contest, 3 categories and wonderful prizes. It'll be fun for all at Laurel Park, Saturday, October 19th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
All right, welcome back. By the way, in the press release that went out yesterday, that American Pharoah debut winner here on Friday. What's today? No, on Thursday.
Yeah, so
American Pharoah, King of Egypt, right? It's in the press release that went out yesterday. He's heading to a stakes race. To find out what stakes race that is, check it out at laurelpark.com and read more about the American Pharoah first-time starter that won here Thursday, first time out. So looking forward to seeing him in his next race.
No, and it's not surprising. Graham gets some really well-bred horses. He looked the part. There's no doubt about it. And I think he's going to stretch out and do quite well with the added distance to ground. But once again, I mean, Laurel Park, we're producing some runners. We've seen it late, and they're traveling and doing well.
Yep. All right, here we go. Race 4 is going to start the Rolling Super High 5. We're going to have a carryover here in the 4th race, $2,422 in the Rolling Super High 5. That has a low 15% takeout. Now, if they don't hit it in race 4, that'll carry over to the next race with 7 or more horses. So keep your eye on that throughout the day. Race 4 also kicks off the late Pick 5. No carryover. They hit it again yesterday, paid well once again yesterday. Industry low, 12% takeout on all the Pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Let's check out my late Pick 5 ticket, a $48 play. I go 4 deep here in race 4, maiden 25, going a mile on the bowl game turf course. I like a 9-2 shot and a 6-1 shot here. The 8 and the 10, I think, are live in race 4. The 5 and the 6 are going to be your favorites. So I go 5, 6, 8, 10 to kick off the late Pick 5. I like the Great Provider, number 2, in the 4, Bust Another in race 5. Here's my single, my best bet of the day, our feature, third level allowance, going 5.5 on the bowl game turf course in race 6. My best bet of the day, the 8 Escapade, comes down here from New York for trainer Jonathan Thomas. Sheldon Russell will ride. We have a video spotlight and a stat to show you there of the 8 Escapade in race 6. Then race 7, I go with the 1 Studio B McCarthy, the 4 Sunman Toledo and Claudio. Then race 8, that's a maiden 25 Filly and Mares, 6 furlongs dirt. I think it's wide open. I'll hit the all button. There's 6 fillies in there. I go all in race 8. $48 ticket. Let's take a look here at the 4th. We get onto the turf here in race 4, 1 mile bowl game, rail setting at 17 feet. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. The 6 is my top pick here, Sky D. You have Sky D on top as well. We have a video spotlight to show you of his last race, July 13th, right here at Laurel Park. Here's the start.
Yeah, comes away a little bit slow. He's going to be hung wide around the first turn. He broke from that outside post. Just a step slow. We've been seeing that a little bit on the turf course. They don't quite break super sharp from out there, but you're getting hung 4 and 5 wide into slow fractions. You see him just walking up front. Dynastic getting the best of it to the inside. Burning Man actually forced the pace. We're going to see Burning Man in here. He drops back and comes again. But Sky D, he was really hampered. He lost a lot of chance. Now he's caught up. Another horse wants to go outside of him. Even a little bit of a steady there. Has to really try to ratchet it down Sky D, not the trip you want into a slow pace around that first turn. Pick it up through the stretch. He eventually makes a move right up to Dynastic, but the leader, who had everything his own way up front, is going to have enough left. Sky D gets a little more speed in this race. I think we're going to have some speed from Always Free, Blue Danube. There we go. And the 2-horse, I'm not going to pronounce that one, for Carlos Mencia. They're going to be out there with the flow. Sky D, more enhanced run at the mile distance, comes and gets them.
All right, so we both have the 6 on top. McCarthy's on the 5. Burning Man's comes out of the same race. Burning Man was third in that race. He was the beaten favorite in that race. That was the second. The third time going long on the turf. All 3 times have been going long on the turf for this 3-year-old by Street Sense, a homebred for Earl Mack and Delacour. Delacour some bad luck yesterday with the DQ. So the 5 Burning Man, he's going to be right there with McCarthy. Going to be the main challenger for the 6 Sky D. How about the 10? Yes Means No is going to get away at a nice price here. A maiden 25 lad comes out of the same race. He was checked into the first turn, didn't really run his race, ran okay, but he's been knocking on the door at this level for a while. He could pull off the upset here. You have him in the exact. He's going to get away at a nice price.
Yeah, he was definitely hampered into that first turn. You see the short comment check dropped out of it against that dawdling pace. A string of seconds prior to that. I think he comes back and runs second again today.
All right, and how about the first-time gelding? Felix Leader comes off the layoff 3-year-old debut for this Glen Hill Farm homebred. Weston Hamilton rides for Tom Proctor. No run at all out there on the West Coast last winter at Santa Anita Del Mar. Both times going a mile turf. Maiden special weight, tough races, but didn't break very well either race, and just didn't run much at all out there. Now, so they kind of put him away for the winter. Then now they're bringing him back. He's not getting back to the races until August of his 3-year-old year, but he is a first-time gelding today, so that might move him up a little bit. And the easier company.
Yeah, works are encouraging. Look, I think they might have things straightened out for him. If I can't mistake it, there was a pretty good horse on the bottom side of that family, so he would not be a surprise with the first-time gelding move.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses there in race 4. Let's turn the page. You like the late pick 4. Starts in race 5 today. Let's check out your ticket, see how you played it.
Yeah, very, very cost-effective. I believe it's $18. There you go, $18. I'm going to try to beat the Great Provider. I'm going to go 4, 6, 7. I know you like Bustin' Other. I'll throw him there with Trevor. Not a chance. And the Zip Man. There's my stranger. That might help things in your late pick 4. Might help it in your pick 6. That's the one we need to get home for David Nunn. 6th race, 3, 5, 7, 8. Escapade, certainly the one to beat off. A little bit of a freshening here for Jonathan Thomas. We'll have to deal with discreet deceit on the front end. 7th race, the 4 Sun Manager single. Claudio, I think, has 3 runners in, right? One of them was a scratch because of a main track only. All 3 are going to be the favorite. They look awfully tough today. 8th race, we wrap it up with the 2, 3, and 4 Stay Out. First time for Dale with Lasix. I'm going to try to control it on the front end. We've got a video spotlight of one of his races. I believe it was the debut, but $18.
Okay, let's take a look here at race 5. Race 5 on the turf, 5.5 furlongs on the Exceller turf course. Rail at 70 feet, claiming 12,500. 3-year-olds and upward. I go with the 2, the Great Provider. It's been a while since this horse has been on the turf. Wayne Potts tried to get him on the turf last out. First off the claim for 16,000. Went to the front that day. Got a little tired. Still a good second with the 72 buyer. But he's a 4-time winner on the turf. He's fired an 87 buyer speed figure on the turf before. He's won on this Laurel turf 3 times. He has early speed. He can go 44, 45 all day long. So Toledo's just going to need to break sharp here on the 2 of the Great Provider. There's a little speed to the outside. I know the 3, Greeley, is back. Has a little speed for Kieran McGee, but I'm going to hope the 2, the Great Provider, can catch a flyer from the 2-hole and get right to the front.
Yeah, I don't know if Greeley is back once part of the flow. If the Great Provider breaks well, and even not a chance to the outside. With a rider like Forrest Boyce, I can see her kind of easing just back off of the speeds and trying to make a move into it. But the Great Provider, he's awfully quick. I think he's going to have company. I think the X-Man is really going to kind of just putting that pressure on with the 6, Not a Chance, another proven turf type. Okay, I think Not a Chance survives the pace. I think Bustin' Other makes a run into it with Trevor for Jamie Ness. A good try 3 races back against the next out winner. But the Zip Man intrigues me. 12-1 on your morning line. He might come down a little bit off of that. He's run 3 times at Laurel, a win and a third, a buyer of a 79. That's what it's going to take, I think, to win this race. Yeah, he's going to have to run a little bit better, but he ran pretty good last time out at this similar level. July 6th. Trouble on a yielding turf course, checked at the half, made a move, looked like he was going to maybe win it mid-stretch, just flattened out a little bit. 4th race off a little bit of a break. Zip Zip Man offers the value to come rally into what's going to be a wicked, wicked pace up front.
All right, well, you'll get the setup. The Angel Cruz had a win yesterday. The Zip Man gets a much better outside post than the one hole that he had last out. Excuse me, at this level. That was on a yielding turf course.
Yes.
Gets a firm turf course today. So I didn't use them, but you'll get a nice price there on the 7. The 4, I think, is going to benefit from a fast early pace. Trevor McCarthy rides his 6-year-old for Jamie Ness. Rallied 3 back on the turf at Delaware on a good turf course, coming off a long layoff, and rallied from off the pace that day to finish a real good second. Call Will, who was 3rd in that race, came back to win. That was for $16,000 at Delaware. It was a nice 8-horse field that day, and now is his first time getting back on the turf since then. So if there is a fast early pace battle here in race 5, I think the 4 busts another, and your leading rider, McCarthy, could benefit from that.
Yeah, you got to go way back on the page, back to 17 to get the number in 83. That was against 3 other competition, though. He was competitive in the 3 other than that if he brings maybe a B effort off of that, could put him into the mix in here. And certainly he's going to have some targets up front.
All right, so nice little turf sprint there to kick off the late pick 4 in race 5. Race 6, feature of the day to start the final pick 3. We're on the turf, 5.5 furlongs on the bowl game turf course with the rail at 17 feet. A 3rd level allowance condition, optional claiming $50,000 for filly mares 3 and up. We have a video spotlight and a stat to show you. We both have this filly on top, the 8 Escapade, 4-year-old daughter of More Than Ready for trainer Jonathan Thomas. Here's the win last January down there at Gulfstream.
Yeah, Escapade moving to a slim lead here around the turn and into the stretch. A little bit of a brushing top of the stretch with that horse to the inside. But I tell you, just dead game up front. Shakes clear, briefly clear, just about a length right there. Is going to get the challenge from both sides. Escapade is going to hold on for a desperate nose victory. 2nd place finisher, Factor of One, has since come back. You saw ran a good 2nd in that stake behind Goldwood up at Monmouth. Off a little bit of a break. Jonathan Thomas doesn't run like I think he's only run 1 horse at Laurel over the last couple of years. I believe it was in his stake. Horse had some trouble, but drawn to the outside, I think that's the right position because Discreet Deceit has a ton of gate speed. I think she's going to be able to just kind of sit just off of her. Okay, she's moving out an extra 16th of a mile, though, Stan, too.
Sure.
As well.
Right. Well, we have a stat here for trainer Jonathan Thomas. You're right. He doesn't run too many horses down here, but here's the stat you found on him.
Yeah, last 2 years on the turf. He's 4 for 8 and 6 for 8 in the money. Optional claiming sprinters off of the top buyer figure. That's on the turf, okay? That's pretty good. 341 coming in here. Been working in New York. Looks like to be working okay. Maybe trying to find what he thinks is a little bit softer spot to get through this type of condition.
Right.
Is Escapade. Plenty of speed in here, though.
Lightly raced 4-year-old filly. That's maybe the only cause for concern, but let's just hope she's well managed and fresh and ready to go now. She should get a beautiful trouble-free trip on the outside. Now, the 1A Misericordia is scratched for Duarte and Colts next stable, but I like the 1 Booze, the French-bred filly. Jevion Toledo will ride a real good 2nd last out. Got bumped at the start, came with a wide rally, and got up for a good 2nd. That was 3rd off the. I'm sorry, that was 2nd off the layoff, 2nd start in the in Jorge's barn. I think this filly, a 5-year-old mare now, I think she's moving in the right direction. Now 3rd off the layoff today.
Yeah, we got a few runners out of that too much tip race. I think Munificent can move up. 2nd off of a break. Another one. She's got speed, but she showed the ability to sit just off of it and make a move. I think her run's going to be a little bit stronger 2nd time off the bench for Mary Epler, as well as the 3 Super Echo. You've got Trevor riding today. Super, I've been chasing her. I mean, after that one score where she kicked away by 2 lengths it was, almost 2 lengths over this turf course at 5.5, went to Pimlico, got hurt by a softer flow, was flat empty. I think she's going to come back to that performance from April.
All right, how about you have the Proctor mare in the mix here. West Coast Bias comes off a long layoff. Weston Hamilton rides over a year layoff here for this mare. Now she's going short coming off the layoff, and she ran a couple She ran a decent turf sprint at Fairgrounds long time ago, maiden special weight. Your thoughts? You think this is a sprint just for something bigger down the road?
It could be, and it certainly looks like that. She got pretty good in her 5-year-old year. Now off since July. The works are real forward. If they're any indicator at Fair Hill, she looks like she's pretty much razor sharp right now, and catches the right kind of speed up front. So, yeah, I think they're gonna help. This is gonna help her down the line, but wouldn't be surprised if things get awfully hot and heavy up front. She's going to make a solid run. It's just whether she's going to be late or not. I think she's going to be good to go. You're talking about her only race at 5.5. Now, you're going back a ways at the Fairgrounds. She had trouble that race. She's a better mare right now than what she was. It certainly looks like it. So I'm not going to get beat by her, I can tell you that.
All right, so nice 7-horse field feature of the day. Third level allowance, filly mares, 5.5 on the bowl game there in race 6. That starts the final pick 3 of the day. Race 7 kicks off the late daily double. We're back on the main track, 6 furlongs, 25,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. Never won 3 is the condition. I think McCarthy's going to be tough here. We like the same 4. Just in a different order.
Yeah.
Trevor McCarthy rides to 1 Studio B, 2-1 here for trainer Robert Johnston. This horse just galloped last out for 25,000, 2 life up there at Penn National. Had a nice stalking trip that day. This horse has just enough early speed to put himself in the good stalking position early on. McCarthy's not going to let him fall too back. He'll be sitting about 3rd or 4th early on the inside. Just going to need a clear running lane turning for home here. I like the 1 Studio B on top.
Yeah, just where did that race come from? And is that number just kind of one of those first race phenomenons you see sometimes at racetracks where horses, for some reason, the track plays super fast and they never come back to it. That field, I looked at the field and, their recent buyers, the rest of the group, wasn't super strong. So I'm going to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. McCarthy, they go get McCarthy. Yeah, I think the horse is a user in here, but I want to see that race one more time. I go to the 4 Sunman for Claudio, going to be an awfully short price. I've got lined at 7-5. Didn't show quite as much speed at Parks, but against this group, there's no real true speed. Sunman is going to be up near the lead, and I think he brings back anything close to that 82 buyer from 2 races back. He's going to be gone from this group.
Yeah, whistled 2 back here at Laurel Park at this level. And then I thought a good third against Allowance Company at Parks last out. Now in for the tag here for 25,000. So looks like the for sale signs are on here for the 4 Sunman. He'll be tough if he runs his race. He'll be right there. He's a 3-time winner at Laurel Park, 6 for 8 in the money.
3-time winner against everybody else's run too. We see this condition. You take advantage of that strong 3-year-old usually in this type of race.
Yep. All right. So Sunman's going to be a popular favorite there. Storm in Hong Kong, the other Claudio runner in here, has been lightly raced this summer. Had some time off earlier this summer. Now second race back off the layoff. Ran okay against Allowance Company at Parks last out.
Yeah, if the 3-horse for Mary Upler doesn't really show the speed, the 5 Storm and Hong Kong, who was well in front of Sunman last time at Parks, may take the initiative, and that might be the game plan certainly for him. He's run well up right on or near the lead in the past, and they're going to try to take advantage of this paceless race.
All right, so nice starter allowance to kick off the late daily double. Race 8 is on the main track, 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming 25,000 for filly mares 3 and up. We have a video spotlight to show you on the 4 Stay Out. We both go with the 4 on top. Let's show you her debut June 1st right here at Laurel Park. Here she is in front this day.
Yeah, this was a pretty solid, good debut. You remember talking about this horse. Susan Goody brought the horse for her work. Right. Kind of an angle we've kind of developed. It's a positive angle for her. And Stay Out was ready to roll. Good speed, 23.45 and 4. Turned it up around the turn and handled pressure from crossing the valley. Just couldn't quite hold on through the final 70 yards. But Stay Out, encouraging debut. Stepped up to the maiden special weight. Much tougher field. But I tell you, that last race, where was the speed? Was hammered down, didn't show up at all. I guess the biggest thing is they hold the level off the claim. That worries me a little bit, Stan. But the Lasix goes on. You got Avery Westman. This is a good jockey-trainer combination with a 40-50% together.
Yep.
Stay Out, I think, is the one to catch. Pash's Image, probably going to be the shorter price of these 2 second off the claim for Claudio Turf to Dirt. That's going to be, I think, the main closer in this race. I think she's going to sit just off of it with Carrasco.
Yeah, stay out. Only has to carry 113, getting 7 pounds from the heavy favorite, the 2, Passion's Image, who is 8-5 here for Claudio. Second on the turf at Monmouth last out. Another race 2 back. The two tries for maiden 20 at Churchill. Neither one of them jump off the page at you. But now second time in the barn at Claudio. First time dirt today for Passion's Image in the Gonzalez barn.
Yeah, and Dell down at Churchill, 2 big gaudy fields, Could have been a little discombobulated the early part of the race. The run kind of flattened out. I'm sure he's kind of got it ready, and that turf to dirt angle for Claudio is deadly.
And the 5 here, Live Aid, didn't break very well last out from the 1 hole, going 7 furlongs, then had to rush up and got to the front, and then understandably got tired. Now her third start. We're only going 6 furlongs today. She has a better outside post. Russell back aboard for Katie Voss. If she can break sharp and just have a nice, comfortable, relaxed stalking trip, that might get her into good form.
Yeah, I think maybe be able to relax and stay out runs away from her, sit, settle, and circle, and make her run. We liked her last time. We had a good stat, I believe, on Katie Voss at second out angle. Didn't get it done that day, but I think is going to be in for a little better trip this afternoon.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. We hope you're live and all your will pays there. Race 8, we had 2 live singles yesterday's last race in that pick 6 for about 20,000. It'll be more than that today if you're live going into the last race. There's the carryover, over 16,000 in that Rainbow Pick 6. Starts race 3 on the 8-race program. You can study all of our picks and our tickets, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. That's it. We're out of time. Good luck today.
Thank you, Stan. Appreciate it.
Dave Robbins coming up next with Scratches and Changes.
Good luck.